What about slavery? Is slavery wrong?
Absolutely yes.
Does the Bible say it's wrong?
Absolutely yes.
Please tell me where.
It starts in Genesis chapter 1. God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. It goes on to Exodus chapter 21 verse 16 where we read, if you kidnap someone and are caught either still possessing them or having sold them, you are to be put to death.
Rules for treating your slave in the Bible. At no point does God say slavery is wrong.
Oh, God says it's totally wrong.
No.
Just read the letter of Philemon. Paul writes to a slave owner, Philemon, I have met your runaway slave Onesimus in prison. I've led him to Christ. I want him to come back to you. Please accept Onesimus back, no longer as a slave, but as a brother in Christ.
One slave. One slave was free.
Galatians 3:28. There's neither slave nor free, for all are one in Christ Jesus. Why do you think William Wilberforce? Why do you think Frederick Douglass? Why do you think all of these different actors who were Christians led the abolishment of slavery? Why do you think they did that? Especially Frederick Douglass. He was a slave himself. He was beat endlessly. And yet he took the Bible and he said, we're going to go after this and attack slavery because of what Jesus Christ and Paul stood
because
for.
we are more moral than Bible.
We're more moral than the Bible.
Yes.
Oh, so you do have an objective standard.
No.
Yes, you do. You've just said we are more moral than the Bible. So you've made quite a judgment statement. Fine, I have no problem. You can make whatever statement you want to. But let's be real honest. You're not a relativist. You have just said we are more moral than the Bible, which means you have a standard, an objective standard of morality that the Bible falls far short of, but that you, with your moral superiority, do a better job meeting.
It's a subjective moral evaluation, I do.
You cannot live out moral relativism. It is impossible. Because you as a moral relativist, which you already acknowledged, are trying to pin us with this issue of, oh, does the Bible say that maybe slavery is right? You're appealing to a moral argument. You're not appealing to a moral relativism. You're appealing to an objective moral standard and saying, I can't believe this horrible book, the Bible, actually promotes slavery. Okay, good argument.
Because slavery is not a good method for flourishing of
Which
humanity.
is your relative definition of morality.
Yes, it is. Exactly.
Well, just don't get too committed to your position, because remember, it is relative.
But exactly. Morality changes all the time.
Okay.
2,000 years ago, it was fine to have a slave. Even 200 years ago, people thought it was fine to have a slave. We progress, right? Now it's not cool to have a slave.
No, we don't
anymore.
progress.
Yes, we did.
No, we don't. What's the bloodiest century in the history of humankind? The 20th century. How about 42 million by Stalin? How about 37 million by Mao Zedong? How about 21 million by Adolf Hitler? How about 2 million by Pol Pot? The 20th century was the bloodiest, the most human beings massacred of any century throughout human history.
We don't count God massacring a lot of people.
Oh, really? When did that occur? Who didn't God massacre?
There's a story about a flood where he just decided, man, I don't like these people anymore, let's kill them all.
No, that's not true at all.
Oh, sorry.
He chose to judge people who had consistently done evil, and he judged them. And there's coming a day of judgment when he will judge all of us. And he does that because he's just, because he loves, because we hurt each other and rip each other off. God doesn't say, let's have coffee at Starbucks. It really doesn't matter if you murdered somebody or hated them or raped them. It's okay, I'm just loving. And what goes around comes around, so let's just la la la. No, he loves you, which means if he loves this man and this man hurts this man, he's going to judge him for hurting him. Why? Because he loves him. That's why. God is not a rogue. He's not a Scrooge.